How's it going, YouTube? Today I'm going to do a little comparison. If you watched my last video, I told you I had the Lucchese's coming in and I was a little nervous about them because of sizing. But I wanted to give you an update on that, as well as do a little head-to-head comparison. So my first pair of boots that I bought recently, as I'm getting back into them, was a pair of blackjack Caimans with the natural skin tone. And they're awesome. I told you I had a little problem with it biting into my ankle on my left foot, and it's very not very easy to break in. But I finally got that figured out. I bought some of that boot stretch spray. It finally came in. Sprayed them down real good, stretched them out, put them on, and have no problems. They fit great now. And so, as you know, the second pair of boots I bought was these blackjack Caimans from City Ranch there in Waco. And these things also fit great. The only difference was these were a 10.5 E as opposed to an 11D. And I thought that maybe I had made a mistake with sizing, and instead of an 11D, I should have been wearing a 10.5 E. And it made me nervous about these Lucchese's coming in. But then the Lucchese Walkers came in, and these are an 11D. And they're one of the best fitting boots I've ever tried on in my entire life. They set the standard for what a boot should feel like. But in comparison to the two boots, you can see they're at a very similar price point. The Walters, I think, were $7.69, and the Blackjacks were $8.49. You could probably get the Blackjacks for maybe $7.99, but I like to spend a little extra to support a mom and pop store when I can. They both, I know the Lucchese's have a 7-toe on them, and the Blackjacks are pretty similar. But as far as aesthetics go, the Blackjacks are far more my style. Much more aggressive hide on the Blackjack boot. And the Lucchese Walter is a much calmer hide on this one. Very classy looking boot, to where the Blackjack is very aggressive. And even the heel on the Blackjack, far more aggressive than the Lucchese. And moving up the boot, the stitching on the Lucchese is very traditional, you know, the wings, to where the Blackjack, you get skin inlays with the star up front. You don't get those extra bells and whistles with the Lucchese boot. And for those facts alone, the Blackjack is a much more appealing boot, aesthetically speaking, from the exterior than the Lucchese is. But also, the Blackjack does not in any way compare to the fit of the Lucchese boot. And I can tell you, and if you wanted to maybe argue a sizing comparison, because this is a 10.5 E and this is a 11D, I'm wearing some 11D Blackjacks on my feet that are also Caiman, and they fit nothing like these Lucchese's do. So, in comparing the two boots, I would say quality of the boots, the way they're made, the attention to detail, very similar. I wouldn't say one boot is better than the other as far as fit, finish, quality. They're both very, very well made boots, and they're both worth every penny in my opinion. But aesthetically speaking, as I said before, I definitely lean toward the blackjack boot over the Lucchese boot. For the money, you just get more boot for the buck, in my opinion. But like I said, comfort, the feel of this hide over this hide is much, much different. And obviously this is, they're both supposed to be horntail caimans, but obviously one is, it looks to be straight across the ridge of the tail, and this one seems to be not have those tail ridges at all. And I think the result of that is this is a much more rigid leather than this is. Something to consider, that if you were buying a boot strictly on looks alone, it is comfortable. I'm not going to take away from the comfort of the blackjack boots. It is comfortable. I've worn them several days now, for 8-9 hours, and they feel good. Of course, you know, my feet is the tool used to breaking these things in, so the instep is a little sore at the end of the day, and things like that until the boot gets broken in correctly. But I wore this Lucchese for 8-9 hours as well, and when I took it off my feet, it was like taking off tennis shoes. There was like no break-in period for this. Straight out of the box, this boot was ready to go. This one, I would be nervous straight out of the box to put this thing on and have to wear it all day with no other options. You might be in trouble. But if you have time to break them in, much sexier boot in my opinion. This boot is also sexy, but much more comfortable. So I feel that both have a place in the collection. Very classy boot, looks great, but it still has the styling of Caiman. I definitely like the exotics. And this is, like I said, this thing is pure sex appeal. And for the same price. So, I mean, if it was my opinion, and I could only have the one boot, I would probably lean toward the blackjack boot based on the looks of it. I can always break it in and make it comfortable. But I don't regret buying the Lucchese Caiman either. This is, it's, you know, like in my other videos, I say you should have a tool for a specific job. I feel that this is a boot for a specific purpose. And they both look great. So yeah, I didn't see many videos on YouTube comparing blackjack and Lucchese's. I attempted to find a few when I was in the market a few weeks back doing my research, and when I put in blackjack versus Lucchese, they're very akin to each other. If you don't know the story and you didn't see my other video, the founder, owner of blackjack, used to work for Lucchese, and back around 95, 96, he asked for a raise, as the story goes, and he didn't get it. Lucchese denied him, upper echelons, and he quit and opened his own company. And in doing so, ended up costing Lucchese a lot of money in the future of that company, and in turn made himself, I would assume, to be a wealthy man. because these blackjacks are amazing boots, and they're only going to get more popular. They have big things on the rise. They do a lot of exclusive boots, a lot of builds with personal, smaller stores. Even that City Ranch in Waco, they had this. Let's say you had a pair of blackjack Caimans that the normal price is $850. Well, for $350 extra on top of that, so for $1,200, you can custom make your own boot through blackjack with a skin that they sell. That City Ranch, he's been dealing in leathers for 32 years, I think he told me, and he has a back room full of caiman, elephant, snake, no rattlesnake, unfortunately. A bunch of leather. And you can pick anything, any color, any design, any stitching pattern, any inlays, anything you want. And for that $350 extra, you could have your own one-of-a-kind personalized boot to you. You can't beat that. That is amazing. But I will say, and that company also provides a 10% military discount if you're interested. If you're anywhere near Waco, City Ranch boot company is definitely worth dealing with. But in also saying that, I just found out recently that Lucchese, if you buy off their site, they only or offer a 15% military discount. I appreciate it, Lucchese. That is amazing. 15% off of a boot this expensive is significant. So yeah, both companies are outstanding. I'm happy that I own boots from both companies. I won't be getting rid of either. They're both amazing, and I hope to buy more boots from Lucchese or Blackjack in the future. First ones that get rattlesnake skins available will probably get my business. You can't go wrong with either boot. Have a good day.